afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Phases the Next Level. I'm your host, Valette Sunshine, and I'm so excited to be here tonight with two amazing people. You guys, welcome. Welcome, Prima, Donna. Welcome, Injustice. I'm just so excited to have you all with me tonight.
Happy to be here. Thank you kindly.
Thank you. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and share, and please leave your comments below because your opinion does matter, and I'm here for it. So, Prima, Donna, we'll start with you. Just kind of tell us just a little bit about you, and then we'll move on and let Injustice tell a little bit about him before we jump into the interview.
Okay, well, I'm just an everyday, average working girl. I started looking at what's going on with R. Kelly when I first watched R. Kelly. When I started seeing how the indiscrepancies were playing out, I just started to think, wait a minute. So that is when I started to do a little bit of research and try to pull the whole story together.
Right. Okay. Injustice?
Yes, I started out long time ago off into DJing. Mm-hmm. Then I became a radio personality, and from that we started the talk show, and just to get involved like you all are doing to try to make things that are crooked straight, you know, and if it's wrong, to get in there to make it better, not just for blacks,
right.
but for. And other than that, everybody in Houston, Texas wants to kill me, but that's it.
Yeah, so we know about that, but it's all good. It's all good.
Amen.
As long as we're doing what is right and standing for what is right, we got to do that, right? Yeah. And so that's why I'm here. I'm for what's right.
That's it.
And so I'm like you, Prima Donna. I at first, you know, I was kind of, I have to admit, when I seen the Lifetime thing, I was like, dude, what? You know, he did what? But then you get to hearing the stories and you get to doing your research. See, because what happened is everybody gets on the bandwagon without really listening and without really paying attention to what people are saying. And that's why it came to what it is today, with people muting him and bullying him because they didn't do the research. So I want to dive in. I want to start with you, Prima Donna. I want to talk about Jim DeRogatis for just a little bit because he seems to continue to insert himself in this story. What really, you know, what I'm just boggled by is that he says he did these interviews with these girls, and the girls are talking about how, you know, they were gonna get money, you know, we're gonna do this and we're gonna get money from him. And, you know, Jim DeRogatis, he did a lot of stuff that didn't line up for me as well either. So let's talk about that, Prima Donna.
Well, not only that, through my research, I've come to find out that he's had his hand in this from beginning, from Aaliyah's fake marriage certificate to the fake sex tape. Like, he's had his hand in here from beginning. So I can't even understand why people are not asking, why is he selling this book? Why is he making all of these articles? Yet he couldn't go to court and testify. He pleaded the fifth. He would not testify in court.
Right. And that's what really got me, is because you have so much to say in your book. You have so much to say in the articles, but you can't go and get on the stand. And you got the phone call and said, go to your door and get the stuff off your porch. Why aren't you on that stand testifying? You say you called the police station. You wanted to insert yourself, but you don't want to go to court. And then it was alleged that he, from an inside source that worked with R. Kelly, said that he tried to get employment and try to work with Rob, right? And he never got hired. He tried to get on at the studio that Rob was became the owner of, actually, and he never got hired on. So I think that's part of what ticked him off, is that, you know, he tried so hard, but he never got hired. But there's 10 million people that want to be a rapper. Everybody's not going to be a rapper and be, exactly, you know, a celebrity. So what is your take on this, Injustice?
Well, I don't know a whole lot about the cat, but I do know this. He was the first one, quote unquote, to sound the alarm about R. Kelly, because he was the first one to get the tape. Now, and she was speaking about the book. It's an ongoing investigation, whether he's a reporter or not. I don't think that he should be allowed to write a book right now especially collecting money from it. But if you are a reporter and you know some things, I think you would be ready to take the stand and tell what you know. But basically, this was really a setup from day one with R. Kelly. Now, I'm not saying R. Kelly's guilty. I'm not saying he's innocent. We're just asking for due process of the law. And the way things have been handled with the R. Kelly case, there's not any due process whatsoever. For instance, when he went on the CBS This Morning show with Gayle King, now his crisis manager should have told him, no, you cannot do that. You cannot do that by any means necessary. Do not go and talk to Gayle. But here's what happened. If R. Kelly didn't show any emotions, they was going to badmouth him. Yeah. He went off, they badmouthed him. What the hell do you expect for him to do? Guilty or innocent, he is fighting for his life. R. Kelly put over 30 years in this industry. So when you say you watched the videos and the things there, but then you got to doing some research and you saw things different. I did the exact same thing. When the Gayle King interview came out, and when she sat there and she didn't move a muscle, her hair didn't move when R. Kelly stood up. And I applauded her for that, but then I was like, oh, hell no. Gayle King was rehearsing for that very moment to get R. Kelly out there, because mainstream media is trying to paint R. Kelly out to be a monster.
Right. And
so on the slick, all they're doing are they're speaking to potential jurors in the R. Kelly case. And so mainstream media has done that throughout history. They will paint a black man to be something that he's not. And if you're not even thinking, you will believe the first report that comes out, especially when it comes from mainstream media.
Yeah, yeah. And that's true. And when you talk about our human rights and the rights of R. Kelly, right? When I look at human rights means that there are rights that are believed to belong to to be justifiable to everybody across the board. So he's not getting justice. It just feels like out of everybody across the board, R. Kelly's not getting he's not being treated humanly right. And let's talk about it, Prima Donna, about how he's being treated.
I'm looking at everybody else's case, such as Spacey, for example, or Weinstein, and they automatically have gag orders. Why is it that these people in R. Kelly's case can go and spew out every little bit and piece that they say they have as evidence? They're pulling out airplane tickets, hotel reservations. This is what they're concluding as evidence, and they're putting all this out in the media. I don't understand how that's fair, and that will give him a unbiased jury pool.
Exactly.
Exactly. You are exactly right. When we go back to Gayle King, she said, well, that's what the girl said. Yeah, but just because they said it, that's right. How come that's humanly right because they said it? Well, R. Kelly's saying, I'm saying this. So how is it that they telling the truth and I'm not? How can you determine that? How can you sit here in my face, Gayle? It seems like you already counting me guilty. You're not even giving me a chance. You brought me here for an interview, but you're not giving me a fair chance to tell my story. And that's not right.
It's not. The interview, what did they do? They brought in body experts talking about he's sitting like this, he's doing this, he's doing that, but y'all didn't even investigate any of the allegations against him.
That's right.
Sense.
That's right. That there was no investigation. It was just like they all came, they all said the same thing, and I'm sure since they're all saying the same thing, they got to be telling the truth. But as I say in every interview, if you go back over every interview, pick one of them, you're going to find discrepancy. Injustice. Let's talk about him and how he's being treated. I want to hear your take on it because we talked earlier. So let's talk about the human rights and the Fifth and the Eighth Amendment is what I wanted to talk about. So let me get that out real quick before you go. Right. So the Fifth Amendment says, and just particularly, I just took just a few things out of this Fifth Amendment that would apply to him. It says, no one can be punished without due process of the law.
Exactly.
Let's talk about that because, listen, he has never been accused. He has never been convicted of a felony. he was acquitted back in 2008 on all charges. So it's not like they just dropped the case. He fought and he won. He was acquitted because there was not enough evidence, and that's what's supposed to happen. But according to the Fifth Amendment, no one can be punished without due process of the law. Let's talk about it.
Well, you know what? You just hit it. You own the money. This is 2019. They're trying to convict R. Kelly because he was acquitted back then. R. Kelly is not getting due process of the law at all. Now, one thing that we have to pay attention to, lifetime. You got surviving R. Kelly. I don't know what the hell they meant by surviving R. Kelly. I mean, that just makes no earthly damn sense. But I think I know where they're trying to go with it. And then we come surviving R. Kelly, the impact. Now you got something else coming. But when you did R. Kelly, the impact, all you did was speak with prosecutors and psychologists. You didn't speak to alleged victims or people who have been victims of someone else. So again, we're painting the stage that is not in R. Kelly's defense. Now, they said victims. R. Kelly has no victims. R. Kelly does not have one victim. But that's how they address it. The victims, they must be going through a lot. They're not going through anything because they are alleged victims until the court says he did do this and he did do that. Can all of them be lying? Absolutely, positively, unquestionable. Now, the law states that in order for the state to deny you bail, there must be something in your past, something that will tell us that you're not going to do right. Here's what happened. In the first trial, he showed up, never missed a beat. When Kim Fox, a woman that looks like a horse with weave, came out with the 10-count indictments on him, he and the attorney called, I'm going to turn myself in to you. And he did that without a moment's hesitation. R. Kelly was never late for any proceedings whatsoever. He was right there. Now, even Greenberg argued the other day in the courtroom, they have no legal grounds to deny R. Kelly bail. You cannot sit here and say, well, we're going to wait and see what this state over here do first. That's not the way the law works. He turned over his passports. Everything they asked him to do, he did. R. Kelly is not a flight risk. But here's what they got at the top of the list. Well, we don't want to let him out because we feel that he's going to pay some victims off. Well, let me tell you something. You cannot convict anybody in a court of law on what you feel. The burden of proof is on the state.
That's right.
Now, what he did in 2000, I don't know whether he paid people off or not in 2000, but hypothetically, let's say he did. But I promise you one thing, if he did, R. Kelly did not put the money of the check in their hands. His people that work for him did that. So simply put, they can still do that today if they wanted to do it. But these women, R. Kelly got a 30-year career. You should find it strange that only 4 or 5 women come up saying R. Kelly did this and R. Kelly did that. R. Kelly told Gayle, when you was talking about Gayle and how she was saying that they said this and they said that, R. Kelly kind of checked her on the slick. He said, be careful, Gayle. Be careful. Be careful. I'm just telling you what they said. No. You're not telling me what they said. You are interrogating me. You're speaking to me as if you know I did it. And there's not any proof that he did it. So what R. Kelly's trying to tell them says something. You don't know what's going on. There's more to this story. But you already believe them without any physical evidence whatsoever. And so we go back on a VHS tape that has no reliable time-stamped date. And it's probably going to be a copy of a copy of a copy, which you're going to eventually have to throw out of the court system. Michael Avenatti is a disgrace to every lawyer on planet Earth because he's a crook and a fraud. Michael Avenatti's co-conspirator was the same individual that was blackmailing R. Kelly years over some alleged VHS tapes. He was also included in the blackmail scheme with Nike. I don't know if they've gotten it fixed, but at that particular time, Michael Avenatti did not have a license to practice law in Illinois. They sent him from another law firm because he took $1.5 million of a client's money, told her They won the case, but they never paid. But they paid. He didn't give her one damn dime. His word is not credible would really be an understatement. He's facing over 400 some years in prison for the bull crap that he's doing. When you watch the Avenatti, that the first day R. Kelly went to trial, and they gave R. Kelly a bail, this dude come out, and his face is turning red, and he is condemning and convicting R. Kelly in front of the media. The judge shouldn't have gave him a bond. You had an opportunity to express that in the courtroom. And the judge said, I heard you, but I'm going to grant him a bail. Due process of the law, that's in there too. If you're going to accept this, then you have to accept the other end. But right then and there, y'all, here's what it told me. This is personal for him. This is personal. This is personal for him. You're not supposed to come out there and get so emotional into the state granting R. Kelly a bail. That's part of due process. So when he kept going, I said, he's got a hidden agenda with this. He's got a hidden agenda with this. Mm-hmm. Now, Kim, what's the attorney name, y'all? That everybody go to? Nobody goes to the police. Yeah, nobody goes to the police. They go to her.
Yep.
They go to her because they didn't want R. Kelly to go to jail. They didn't want R. Kelly to go to jail. They wanted money. If it happened, these little girls knew one thing. They wanted a relationship. If R. Kelly did it, R. Kelly wanted relations. As simple as that. They wanted to be Mrs. Kelly. That wasn't going to happen. A 30-year career, and you get me only 4 or 5 women, and everybody's attacking R. Kelly. Prima Donna was talking about the Weinstein. Don't say a damn thing about him. Oprah and Gayle, they're not going to say nothing about him because guess what? They party with him all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to look and go like, something else is going wrong. And people get upset when I say that they're not victims. They're not. They haven't been proven to be telling the truth.
Right. So Prima Donna, yeah, and everything, we could go on. I just love this conversation. I like the open forum because we could go on and on. Prima Donna, let's talk about Avenatti just for another moment, because if you guys notice, it has not been one word said about Avenatti, and he got some serious cases pending against him. What's going on, Prima Donna? What you think?
I mean, not only with the extortion, he has his domestic assault charges with his ex-wife. He has a lot going on. He has stolen from people in wheelchairs, from ex-porn stars, from everybody. I just don't understand why this is the person that gets to hand in the evidence.
Right, because when you say you have to have a credible witness, how does that make him credible? How is he still able to even come in front of a press and do a press conference, and you got all this going on against, and then you want to come out against R. Kelly? But look what you've done. You disregarding that you abused your girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And this is not alleged. This was in the news that he abused his girlfriend. So let's move on just a little bit. Let's talk about the MeToo movement. Okay. Now, her name is, who I want to talk about is Tarana Banks. Is that her name? Tarana Banks. Now, her son had been accused, like she was all in the MeToo movement, and her time's up. And something came out about her son, and then she just disappeared off the face of the earth. What you think about that?
I think that's the pot calling the kettle black.
It
just shows you it don't make any sense how these people want to redirect their indiscretions on somebody else.
Absolutely. So I want you to talk about Prima Donna. I want you to talk about faith a little bit. I want you to go in. This is an open forum, and I know you can give it to us.
Yeah, that's all right, so when I was researching, I didn't realize that faith is connected to the JT girl, the City Girls group. They have this whole trend in City Girls Summer, which is basically scamming rich men for money. Woo! I find that quite odd that that's one of your go-to friends. She's on her Instagram saying free JT, who is in jail for scamming. And she's connected to Summer Bunny, who is the hip hop jump off.
Yep.
So I'm trying to figure out how she's trying to put these little button-up dresses on for these interviews, and then on Instagram in her underwear talking about whether you like it or not.
Talk to us. And it's true. But you know, you go on these talk shows and, oh, woe is me, and he gave me herpes. But if I eat right, you know, I won't have flare-ups. And if I stop, take a seat.
And that's another thing. You get on Dr. Oz, and that's another thing. I don't know if a lot of people realize a while ago, Dr. Oz debunked the whole herpes as a disease anyway. So to go on Dr. Oz and talk about this herpes, I found that kind of ironic. But then it's like, oh, I'm not taking any meds and da-da-da-da-da. But why are you suing? Like, I'm trying to make this make sense.
Yeah. So, and I think that's where we are. Like, make this make sense to me. Like, so for us, and I'm going to speak for all three of us here. We are not discounting real victims. There are real victims in the world. But I think what's happening is with this mess going on, and then with this lady coming out the $60 million lawsuit against Kevin Hart, when at first you said, we don't want a penny from him. He was more so a victim too. We don't want nothing from him. But now all of a sudden, 2 years later, you need $60 million?
Because she thought we forgot. She thought we forgot.
Right. Something ain't right about that. So we talked about the laws and how, you know, they're just creating these laws. Now they could just come out. If it happened 1,000 years ago, you could come back and you can say somebody did something to me. But when are we going to do the research? When are you going to start cross-examining these alleged victims to bring out their truth? What is really the truth? Because R. Kelly wasn't running around chasing girls. You can talk about, when we talk about Asante McGee, who was leaving her kids at home, chasing him to every city, every place he had a concert to get next to him, and never was with him. But came home with thousands of dollars, thousands upon $1,000, new shoes, stole his Rolex watches and everything else. Why are we not talking about that? Why do we get to brush that under the carpet? The racketeering charge in New York, if you guys can talk on that at all. I know for a fact that you have to have substantial evidence to charge somebody with racketeering. How is it that you can say he was running an organized whatever it is because there were plane tickets bought? He's a rock star. He's an R&B star. Why did it have to be he was flying people in to do this? Because they said so? Because they said that's what happened? What do you guys think about that? Let's talk about that.
I think for one, to be sitting here calling R. Kelly the brand an enterprise is idiotic, for the simple fact, if you look at the brand, you will still have to recognize the brand is still being backed by something. Something in the background is still doing the work. So clearly the brand is not the racketeer. Right. It would be the people in the managing era, you know, that would be the racketeer.
Yeah. So, but for some reason, they want to pile it on Rob. So Steve Greenberg came out and he said, this is stale evidence. Mm-hmm. They got a tape from 2000, whenever they got the tape, and they still trying to bring those charges against him. Now, when they say when the feds step in, that the federals, they got it all worked out. How many of us on here believe that? Because if you had it all worked out, you wouldn't be setting up a phone line to say, call us if you've been interacting with R. Kelly. What about that? Either one of you, Prima, Donna, Injustice?
You know,
I actually just came across an article where Jim DeRogatis, you know, he liked to talk so much. He actually just told this other reporter how the New York prosecutors are a little bit in their feelings about how Kim Foxx rushed to her prosecution because they don't have the evidence, pretty much, is what I got from the article.
Right.
So with that being said, I seen it from the beginning. They rushed this case. They didn't have the evidence. They still haven't presented the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the people presenting the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Injustice?
You know, she's absolutely right. Here's the thing. When Kim Fox received the tape, which I have a problem with, for one, who bought the tape in, took it to CNN first, and they looked at it. It shouldn't have been done that way. Then they turned it over to her. Well, the next day or so, she comes on soliciting alleged victims. I don't think that's right. If it's legal, it shouldn't be, but legal does not always mean right. I don't think she should have came out asking people, I can't prosecute him if you don't come to me. Well, if they're not coming to you, evidently nothing has happened, or they don't give a damn. You know, so you're making people come to you, and that's wrong. Actually, they have absolutely nothing on R. Kelly. It's taken a long time because, as you all just said, they're trying to gather up circumstantial evidence. And with or without solid evidence, if the system wants you to be guilty, then guilty you will be. But I have to applaud you two sisters, because there's not a lot of Black women, period, out here speaking, not so much speaking up for R. Kelly, but demanding he get due process of the law. So when Black women come out and they speak, I think that's a plus. You know, not just in R. Kelly's case, but other men too that have been wrongfully accused and wrongfully convicted for things that they haven't done. If a girl went to an R. Kelly concert in 2012 and she still got that ticket, she can raise her hand and say, "Me too, me too." They don't care about evidence. True. We can fix this up. We can fix this. It's like with Bill Cosby. Well, surely all the women are not lying. They all talk about the white pill. Okay, but do you know how many times they heard the story about the white pill?
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, I would come on and say, he gave me the white pill too. These old wrinkled, expired women, they can remember what happened. 40.
You know you're crazy.
I'm sorry. They can remember what happened 40-some years ago. What color car he had, what was in the living room, what was in the bedroom, the panties and bra they had on. Yeah. Now you ask him, didn't Pastor Williams preach good last Sunday? Baby, you know I'm getting old. What did he preach about? I was there.
It's true. It's true. and to add to that, one of the women on there that when we talk about Bill Cosby, she said, now here's where it just gets ridiculous to me, is my opinion. Mm-hmm. So she's saying he give him this white pill, drop it in her drink. Okay, that's first time. He did it to me once, right?
Right.
I'm going to go back. Now I done passed out and everything, and now I don't know what happened. So I left. I'm going to go back for some more? For another pill?
It's super
back. Well, he did it to me again. Not just twice, and went back. She said that. Why did you keep going back if he was doing that to you? That's where I get all thrown off at, because just like Lisa Van Allen, let's talk about her. Let's talk about what she did. You got away. If you was all tied up and got away, you was gone. Had a whole baby. You know how long it takes to have a baby? And you brought the baby back? What's y'all's thoughts?
I think she came back to try to steal some old tapes, to try to steal something of value, to do what she do. So that she could get some more money out of him.
Exactly. Because
she done stole and blew off the money that she got. So if I get back over here and I wouldn't put it past her to have, if she stayed long enough she had a daughter, you know, why would you bring your little girl to somebody that was so cruel to you? But I know from the inside, she had a whole almost mini mansion across the street from the bodyguard. Stop it. You was well taken care of, but you left.
Right. You know, Spit and Fire said something I agree with 1,000,000%. The statute of limitations, as far as rape and sex allegations are concerned, is entirely too long. I mean, I don't know anybody in his or her right mind that would get raped and say, okay, I'm gonna wait. Okay, maybe some do. 2 or 3 days, I can see that. Maybe a month, maybe a year, I don't know. But you keep this thing going for decades and decades and decades. Now, listen, how good could their memory be so many years down the line? So you can come in and say anything, and we're going to believe it just because you said it. Now, you take the girl, Linda Carter, the little snotty-nosed girl. Y'all see her, I think Dorica Duncan from CBS this morning interviewed her. Now watch this. She has 2 documents. Each document, she received some money to stop talking about the alleged incident that R. Kelly never admitted to. So you take the money in private or public, you never talk about it. Who's her guy? Michael Avenatti. Now, Michael Avenatti, breaking news, he gets arrested for trying to blackmail Nike. Okay, well, Linda Carter, you really under a damn gag. You're not supposed to say anything about this. Nothing. So Dorica Duncan asked him, well, what made you want to talk now? Just like the others. Well, I didn't want another one to go through what I went through. I didn't want them to have to go through it. But for 10 or 15 years, you didn't give a damn about who went through it. So now you come up, it hurt me so bad. She's serious. Listen, she will be nominated for an Oscar. I don't know if she'll get it, but she will be nominated. Now watch this live. She was there as a plot from day one for her own selfish gain. I used to defend R. Kelly. When I be on a train or the bus, they say he's sissy. She described R. Kelly in 2 words: perfect gentleman. But what she was doing, she's setting the stage. I'm with him all the time. He don't try nothing. But one night, I'm going to go there, and I'm going to execute my plan. So they called for her to come upstairs. R. Kelly wants his hair braided. She gets there. He grabs me by my hair and said, massage my head. And she said, I don't give head massages. Now listen, don't laugh. Heaven backing me up. For a minute or a day or so, I didn't know. I thought she really, Prima Donna, don't do this to me on air. Stop laughing.
You a fool.
I swear to God. And I'm like, what was wrong with you doing that? You're braiding it. And then it's like, duh. Oh, that's what I didn't know. I didn't know. Y'all go ahead and get it out so I can finish. Go ahead.
Okay, you gotta stop then.
I didn't know.
Okay.
So here's what she said happened. And he says, get down here, pull on our braids and do whatever. And she wouldn't do it. So here's what he did. R. Kelly. He spit in her face. She counted how many times R. Kelly spit in her face. I don't know nobody in his or her righteous damn mind gonna say, go, spit number 1, spit number 2, spit number 3. You counted the spits. So you were not trying to get away. Were you swallowing? It makes no.
You're right, though.
It makes no earthly damn sense.
You are so right about that.
But now watch this. Somebody knock. R. Kelly, fix your face. Fix your damn face. She go in the bathroom to fix her damn face. She remembered there was a white towel with yellow flowers. Here's what she's doing. She's giving you too many details because she wants you to know she was there. Now, when she comes out, whoever knocked on the door in there with R. Kelly.
Right.
Have a good night. Okay, thank you. Why she didn't yell, he tried to rape me. Right. He tried to rape me.
Right.
She didn't do it.
Right. I'm with you on that. Somebody there. Why? And he violated you. That's your out.
That's your
out. Somebody.
But she leaves out the hotel, and a woman's here who lied. She walking bent down. I was hurt. What the hell you was hurting for? All it did was grab you by your braids. You said it wasn't no sex. She went to the police. But keep in mind.
Yeah, hold that thought. Let's go out and come back in. We got to come back. Don't forget where you left off.
This was during the time R. Kelly had already been indicted. Now, with that being said, R. Kelly is always already in court proceedings. She go to the police. She do that. She talk to the DA. She do that. Now, if there's a new allegation against R. Kelly, and I want him back, I'm the prosecutor. This is R. Kelly. I'm gonna make a name for myself. Now, I want you to go rearrest R. Kelly, and he would not get a bond, and we're gonna hold his ass. They didn't do it. You know what they did? They did absolutely nothing.
Right.
That was the perfect time to charge him for that. But somewhere in their minds, it was like, no, she might have been having sex with him. Something went bad, but her story ain't making no sense.
That's
so
right.
She should automatically be counted as out. But yet she come on TV and her nose is running and snot everywhere and trying to fake up a cry. And so she lied about why she decided to tell. She decided to tell because Avenatti told her, that's just a civil issue. Don't worry, I can get you out of there. They ain't gonna believe a damn thing I said now, because I just got out on a cash bond. That's why she showed up. What her husband said.
Yeah, you're right. And so if she would have came to them with some hardcore evidence, ain't no way they would have just let him go. That I wouldn't think. You know what I'm saying? If they had solid information, he should have been rearrested. But because it was shaky, they couldn't. And the only reason now I think is because all of these girls in Lifetime made this huge thing, and everybody in the world is against him now because they bullying him, they've muted him, they can't work. He can't work because everybody's muted him, and that's part of the 8th Amendment, that everybody should have a fair everybody should be able to work.
Exactly.
And he was denied work. So that's part of the Constitution rights.
Exactly.
He hadn't been able to work. So let's move on. Let's talk about Jerhonda Pace. And the reason I bring her up is because she's been on social media, like the stuff they got against him that has to do with JP should be thrown out. Right now, we don't have to get on trial for this. We don't have to do no more investigation because she done already gave us what we needed to know that it's bullcrap. So let's talk about that. Prima Donna.
She's already on record saying she lied about her age. She says she showed him her ID, but we already know she had a fake ID because if she went to that first trial and watched this child porn, she had to present ID to get into this trial. So it had to be sufficient enough to get past these sheriffs and all these people in this courthouse. So people are giving R. Kelly all this hardship on why he didn't know it was a fake ID. Why didn't the people at the courthouse know it was a fake ID?
That's it.
And then on top of that, she's saying she was abused since she was a child, but they're not going after them. She was having relations with other people while having relations with R. Kelly, allegedly. Nobody's talking about him. And he's on Instagram living his best life.
Right. And you're right. She was inside the courtroom. So he saw her inside that courtroom, which means they had to have ID'd her at that door because otherwise she wouldn't be in here. So how you holding that against him? If you didn't know, how he know?
Exactly.
And y'all the law. You're
That's
supposed to be there to protect and serve. And if she's underage and we're talking about child pornography in this courtroom, why is this little girl in here? If that's what you're saying happened. Because she tricked you too. She lied to you too. You fell for it. Where are those workers at?
it.
How come you ain't talking to them?
Exactly.
Yeah. So Lisa Van Allen, let's hit on that a little bit. Why is she not? I don't care. She should not have been. If you get on worldwide TV and say I slept with an underage girl, you should be in trouble. And she admitted it on TV for the world to know. But you gave her what? Because what? Let's talk about it. She's a grown woman, and you having sex with an underage girl, and you're admitting it. What's wrong with that picture?
Well, according to Angelo, she doesn't have immunity, so I don't know why they aren't trying to charge her with anything. And not only with sleeping with a minor, but you stole a sex tape that is now being linked to child pornography. Exactly. You are the person responsible for this child pornography being copied, distributed, and sold on every corner.
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense why you are only charging R. Kelly when why aren't you charging Keith? The people she gave the tape, she on Lifetime told you she gave this tape to this artist. She then follows that up with interviews and tell you the specific artist. You can go back and see these two artists were trying to set up press conferences back in 2001, doing the same things they're doing right now. But nobody's talking about that.
It's so much information out there, enough to say this case is done just by false evidence and just by incompetent witnesses. They are not credible witnesses because every one of those alleged, whatever they are, you can go back to any one of their interviews and you're going to find some discrepancy in the interview.
Exactly.
You're going to hear them admit to stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And speaking of Deronda Pace, she's not telling the public how she went and did a settlement, went back and did another settlement, and then went back and tried to get another settlement when Demetrius Smith called her out. And that's when all her payments got cut short. So she linked up with people like Avenatti and the Savages.
Right, exactly. Let's talk about the Savages. So I just feel like if you guys have been following that and seeing how they were coming out about their grown daughter, it's been so many different opinions about them. Are you able to speak on that, Injustice?
Oh, yes, I am.
Let's talk about that because I just feel like it's a dang shame. It's a dang shame that you allowed for your child to go, because she's going to make music. She's grown. And now, because you're not getting what you thought you was going to get, it's a whole mess now. And I think this is where it all stemmed from. So what's your opinion?
That's it. Again, you're on the money. This is where it all stems from. First of all, I don't know why none of the parents have not been charged. Because all the parents were doing was pimping their daughters out to the highest bidder. And if R. Kelly, quote unquote, was the highest bidder, they were pimps and they saw their daughters as nothing but hoes. The Savages said when R. Kelly was scheduled to go to Dubai, they didn't want him to go because Joycelyn was going to be going with him. And he would get her over there and they would never see her again. But now watch this. She's in the United States and you still don't see her. You still don't see her. And so you keep speaking of this grown woman as if she's 12 or 13 years old. I don't know how many videos she has to make to tell you, I'm through, I'm done. Now, here's why they're trying to get Joycelyn back home. Because if anybody besides R. Kelly can have them in handcuffs, it's going to be Joycelyn, their own daughter. She was not and is not being held a hostage. She's there of her own free will. Here's what happened. She probably sat down one day and even with all the luxury, she said, wow, I can't believe my mama and them did this to me. And the conscience got to speaking to it. They told me it's nothing but property. They sold me out. So again, she's not being held hostage. Joycelyn adapted to the lifestyle the parents pimped her off into. Now, tell me why when R. Kelly was in New York federal case, he was there. I mean, Joycelyn and the other girl, they showed up. No bodyguards, nothing. They showed up. Why did they show up? They was there for their man. So, the Savages, I'm looking, they're not there. This is the perfect time for mama and daddy pimp to be there. There's no R. Kelly. R. Kelly's locked up. They buy themselves. You don't see them that day. They don't make a press conference. Well, prior to that, every time something came up about R. Kelly, it was at the mics. Why y'all didn't go to New York? There was your opportunity to talk to them then.
They was in Chicago.
Exactly. She's not going to talk. So it's been a setup from day one. And the other girl said that my daddy told me to have sex with R. Kelly and get it on video.
She said it.
And he said, okay, get it on video. I'm going to watch it, and then we going to frame it. So you told your daughter to get her legs over, to have sex with R. Kelly, and then you going to watch it? And then it makes no earthly sense. It makes no earthly sense whatsoever. And they are still trying to convict R. Kelly on a VHS tape. Now watch this. If R. Kelly, and I guess he is a little freaky, make VHS tapes, I don't know. But if he do.
Yeah, it's not against the law to do that.
It's not. But here's the thing. This is 2019. I know damn well R. Kelly done graduated to DVDs by now. You don't see that because there's nothing there. And when the little girl is, or whatever she is in the video, and she says, these are the breasts of a 14-year-old girl, the vagina of a 14-year-old. So I said, well, how old is she? 14. How do you know? She said it. That don't mean jack. People play all kind of freaky games. And then Gloria, I see you up there laughing, Prima Donna. She said, she gets up there with a picture of them two ugly women and R. Kelly in the middle. No, that ain't R. Kelly. That's LL Cool J.
Right. Right.
Taking on a lot of pop at the bus stop. She got it wrong. She got it wrong. And so, I'm through. That's it.
Yeah, okay. You know you are burnt up. So I want to talk about, well, before I move on, just like if they were held hostage and they were so brainwashed, when he went to jail the very first time, had turned himself in,
mm-hmm.
No one was there holding them, making them stay there. They could have left. They didn't want to. When the feds came and that was their out. They didn't. Yeah. They don't want to. They're standing by him. So you can't say and it's what it is. It's hearsay. They're brainwashed. They're held hostage. They want to be where they are, and that's the bottom line. No one wants to accept that, and they're grown. But then, so we move on and let's talk about the money and the bond and the bail and the hearing, and if he's gonna, what do y'all think about the woman coming forward, Valencia Love coming forward, sending her lawyer in there? Did you guys see the clip about him coming in there and, trying to get the money back? There's been several stories that she was trying to get it back because she turned against him. She come out saying, no, I'm not. Let's get him the money so we can get it. What do y'all think about that?
I feel like she may have been advised to the fact that, well, if they're holding him with no bond and he's not going to be having a bond, there's no point in having this money held as a bond. So maybe that was the point of view her attorney was trying to make. I don't feel like she was trying to double cross him or anything of that nature, because, I mean, who in their right mind would want $1 million sitting in the criminal justice system for nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
or just to do whatever. Yeah. And I so, you hear so many stories back and forth, but she did come out to try to, to stand up for herself and saying that if you're just gonna, if there's no bond in New York, Minnesota has a bench warrant out for him, and you're not letting him go here because, you can't, the state has nothing to do with it now. He has a bond with the state. Then if he can't get out, give me the money back. And she said, really, in one of her tweets or whatever it was, that's getting put it towards his counsel, his legal fees. But the judge was just not hearing that. I don't know that there is a law that said, but what did happen is that she signed the bond that said that she could possibly lose that money. So I think that's where it was the hiccup, because you signed it and said, if he come to every court date, if he do everything he's supposed to do, that still doesn't mean that you don't stand a chance of possibly losing that money. How do you think he looked in court? What are your thoughts about him?
Oh, God.
I think he looked like anybody would look after being secluded from human interaction for such a long period of time, and you're not guilty of any crime by law. Like, at the end of the day, that is inhumane to take a person's freedom and lock them down until he can prove his innocence.
No, that's right.
But nobody validated these claims.
No. And that's the problem. That's the problem. I feel like and they know he was there. He hasn't given anybody problems. His wife came out and just drug him. He still said, "That's my kid's mother, and I have nothing bad to say." He hasn't bad-mouthed anybody. He hasn't gave anybody any problems. You know, he hasn't even acted like he wanted to run. If he wanted to run, he made bail, and he knew what he was facing. He could have left. When he made bail, he could have left. There could have been a way for him to get out and go, but he didn't. And he'd been standing up there like a soldier. Like, what? Here I am because I know I'm innocent. You know? Right. So it's a mess. So just real quick before we go, I want to talk about, men's rights, not just men of color, but men's right across the board. We're trying to be really voiceful about men's rights, but we also have to understand, and one of my viewers kind of, called me, not really called me out on it, but just, made a comment that, some men are horrible to their women, right? For instance, I was saying, that's horrible what's happened to Kevin Hart, that woman, and I still feel like that. She should be ashamed of herself coming back asking for $60 million. They say, you have to understand that he cheated on his wife. He did. I get that, but $60 million, and you said you didn't want nothing from him. What about our men's rights? What about our rights, periods? We got people have sons coming up. We got, now these crazy laws. What do you think about that? And how do you think we could be allowed a voice for that? We can speak till we're blue in the face, but I think we continue to speak. That's just like if any potential jurors may be listening. We got to speak loud, because if they're not going to do the research, we're out here doing the research. Let them know what we find.
Do you notice we have a new hashtag like each decade? Like it's either a few years ago, it was "Don't Shoot," Black Lives Matter. Now we got this "Him Too" in response to the Me Too. At the end of the day, it's ridiculous how these new radical feminists are going to push the agenda that you can use your sexuality to manipulate others, but then you could say somebody is abusing you when it's not working to your favor. Like I know somebody that I'm working with being accused for sexual harassment right now. Did he do it? No. And it is making me absolutely frustrated to see this is becoming so normalized with women, everyday women. So just imagine when you are cheating on your girlfriend and your side piece get mad and she decide you raped her.
Yeah.
But then
makes no sense. I was saying before that, it just, I'm almost scared for my son to even date because of that. For that reason right there. If I'm done, I want to break up. I want to go my separate way. Go your way. And that's what happened in this R. Kelly case. My opinion is that, he was done. We had this, whatever we had, you was treated really good. You shopped, you lived the life. You came to concerts you did everything that other people would love to do. But now your time has ended. So exit stage left. And now that's a problem. That's a problem.
And this is what makes me so mad. Every time I hear these people say that nobody cares about the brown-skinned girls. And I'm watching these brown-skinned women say this. And when I look down their comments, I see all these other women attacking the brown-skinned girls that don't agree with you just because they don't agree with you. So what example are you setting for anybody? It doesn't make any sense. From what I am seeing, America doesn't care about brown-skinned girls. Absolutely. We are chewed up and spit out. Like, people fail to realize either as a woman, you could either be passive and let people run over you or voice your opinions and be labeled a bitch.
Right. Yep.
First of all, I like the way you put that.
Yeah.
You can, as a woman, walk into the courtroom and say, he raped me. The statute of limitations goes long and long and long. So now all we have to rely on is your testimony. That's why the statute of limitations has to be attacked and it has to be amended. And when they said that foolishness about nobody cared about the brown skinned girls, I think one of them said it on the Lifetime thing, that really pissed me off because that's a bunch of bull. First of all, if nobody in the United States cares about your daughter, you care about her. That's just it. But we're trying to play the black card in there, and sometimes we can play that black card a little too much. It didn't have anything to do with the color of their skin. These were some hot tail girls. These were some broke parents. And so they sent them to the self-proclaimed Pied Piper himself. And R. Kelly kept trying to tell Gayle, I'm R. Kelly. I don't have to kidnap anybody. All he was saying, they'll kidnap me before I kidnap them. Yeah. So your kids is being held hostage and you say, well, I tried to go there, but they won't let me in. And that's it? No Amber Alert, no milk cartons or nothing. It's a bunch of bull. It's a bunch of bull. And that's why the Savages did not show up that day when the girls was walking Earth 100% free. It's not about, they don't care about the black girls. It's about, it's a game. If you look at Gloria, Avenatti, Oprah, whatever the other girl name with MeToo, and it's a few more of them, you'll connect the dots and you'll see they all are friends. Uh-huh. They all are friends. True. When the woman with the weave looked like a horse, Ken Fox, when she came out the very next day or whatever, she came out on cue. She knew her part. Yep. She knew the tape was coming. Yep. She knew this. But so you cannot possibly put a charge on R. Kelly when you have not verified and examined this tape. You can't do it. And then you get the other one comes up with a tape, Gloria. Some guy I think in Pennsylvania or Philadelphia contacted Gloria. What should I do with the tape? There's not no law officials in your city. It's just a bunch of bull. Yeah. It's just a bunch of bull. And then the girls sit there, they get to crying and saying this and saying that. But this happened decades ago. If it happened, why you didn't speak up then? Mm-hmm. So Stevie Wonder can see the pink elephant in the living room. Yeah. And it's not that we are saying R. Kelly is innocent. All we're saying on this platform is that R. Kelly needs due process of the law. And like Prima Donna said, he looked at like anybody would look that had been in prison for a certain amount of time. I felt so bad for R. Kelly. Guilty or innocent, I felt bad for him. Lady Gaga, I apologize for working with R. Kelly. Okay, understandable. Give the damn money back. Let me know you're serious. Give the money back you made then. The industry that makes you can also break you if you do not play by their rules.
Their rules. I feel like for phases, for me, I feel like he's innocent because of the fact that their stories are so inconsistent. It's all about, they had a motive. It was all about money. It wasn't about, because they slept with other guys before they slept with R. Kelly. That's my opinion. And so because he's the money man, he's the king of R&B. So this is what's going to happen. So I feel like he's innocent until proven guilty. And he has not been proven guilty on anything. The man is innocent until proven guilty, but he's being treated as he's guilty. And it's not fair. So in closing, what do you want to leave with the people? Prima Donna, you go first.
Well, first and foremost, of course, you get all those people saying that we're victim shaming and victim bashing and all this and that. Well, let me be the first one to say my biggest offense with these people are that they're making it harder for people who are really dealing with sexual abuse to share their stories, not for gain, but to help other girls going through that. Like even the things that I've been through in the modeling industry, I would want to share that with other people, but the way these women just move and operate, it would make you assume that it's always with a negative intent. It's always hard to give a real traumatic experience to an audience. So for these women to be parading and doing these interviews and book deals and tours, absurd. And then Lifetime is putting all these secret pedophiles and abusers and people like Charlemagne who raped a 15-year-old girl. Like, none of this is okay. And I just wish people just pay attention and wake up and realize that don't judge anybody based off of what people tell you.
Yeah.
Do your research.
Stay woke. That's just like T. Stevens. Shout out to T. Stevens. He did a little video about Damon Dash and Jay-Z. And when it came to the question, he was bashing R. Kelly. But when it came to the question about why didn't you say something if you saw something going on with Jay-Z, you was there. He got dead silent. Then he got offended, got aggressive, because you was there and you didn't say one word. What makes him any different than Rob? Right? So why are you bashing Rob and you got nothing to say?
Right.
You were there and you saw something and you didn't say nothing, right? And that's what's going on. It's just a mess. What do you want to leave with us? Injustice.
Two things. One, somebody had to have had these VHS tapes for a while. It is illegal to watch child pornography. It's illegal to possess child pornography. That needs to be addressed. And lastly, just because someone has been accused of committing a crime does not necessarily mean he or she have committed a crime. They have just been accused. That's all. Do your homework, people.
That's right. And thank you for that, because it ain't just R. Kelly. It's everybody across the board. If you're, just like a grand jury, just like that a lawyer came on and said, you can go in front of a grand jury and they can indict you on a piece of paper. So what? So what? You still get to have your day in court and prove your innocence. And that's just not what's happening. You got you got even Donald Trump, y'all's president. Y'all got him, being accused of these things, and it just fly by the wayside, just like with Epstein. You went with him, and you went, he was just doing all this by himself. You got even one of the prince from England, whoever he is, that was included in that mess. That has,
and don't even forget that the Queen of England was caught bribing Epstein's witnesses, but guess what? U.S. can't touch her.
Can't touch her. But so what makes that right? Rob ain't did half of that. You know what I'm saying? So why can't we
pass a law that the clergymen have immunity from prosecution while they sit over here and molest these little boys?
Oh my gosh. And Dana J said something on his recent video about y'all everybody just going in on R. Kelly, but what about the priests that are raping these little boys? Well, why are we not talking about that? What happens about those little boys, those for real innocent little boys that are not even near 18 that you're raping? And we ain't talking about that. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that. It's conspiracy. And that's what I'm standing on. They better fix it. I don't know how to fix it. When you can't, we
gotta keep spreading the word.
You gotta keep spreading the word. And Spitfire said, you gotta show up when it's getting ready to be voting time. And when they giving their rallies and stuff, you gotta show up and speak up.
Exactly.
Because that's the only way you can get those laws changed. It should not be a law that says, I don't care if it was 1902, you can still come and say somebody violated you and he can be charged for that. So, y'all, this was fun, actually. You made it fun, Injustice. You made it fun.
I enjoyed it. I
appreciate y'all. Prima Donna, thank you for reaching back. You guys were highly recommended. And so I'm just glad that I was able to reach you guys. I'm telling you, I follow both of y'all because what you say is the truth. And I believe you do your true research. And I don't think you're coming out just saying anything. And as far as I'm a woman too, and I get bashed for saying what I feel is right, what I think is right. I get bashed for that because now I support a pedophile. What kind of mother are you? You got a son and a daughter. All kind of stuff. I get that. But anytime that I feel like it's right, what I stand for, what is right, I'm standing on it. And Prima Donna, that's what I get from you. What is right is right. And injustice, whatever's on your mind, you say it if you believe it, and it's real. And I love how you present. So thank y'all for being here. It was amazing tonight. And people will love this video. They will love this video. So until the next time, I hope maybe we can run across paths again. But until next time, y'all, say your prayers, treat everybody right, and leave your comments below if you're listening, because we want to hear what you have to say about this video. This was amazing, y'all. Thank you so much. I am out.